diluting it in a sense by rushing out these projects or just not handling it properly as best as they could. But the whole they fight part, I mean, George did that with episode 3 when he was writing the script in the BTS. There was just literally scripts and scripts and scripts pages, and then it's
Nick
just
Gillard.
they
But
fight.
you know, probably better than I do, that they took great care with the fight sequences in the prequels.
Oh my god! I mean, you had
Yeah.
Nick Gillard, which
Yeah.
why they don't hire him? I mean, they're idiots.
It's
And that's the
insane.
thing. If they did that in their production now, which for some reason they don't understand the value of that, obviously they lose in that aspect, and that's chipping away at the entire sort of. Well, I mean, it's rubble now, but you know what I mean. The temple is gone.
Oh yeah, when the show was airing, I was literally sending clips to him. I was texting it to him, and we had a discussion about the choreography and everything. And why they don't use him, I don't know, man. They're just shooting themselves in the foot.
You said earlier, I don't know if because I remember seeing it in the clip as well, that you consider TLJ a bad Star Wars film, but a good film. I was curious to pick at that. What do you consider good about it?
The budget, the score, the
you know what? I agree with you on
cinematography.
That one,
You know, that's
Sure.
about it. That's
The marketing?
about it.
Yeah.
The what?
The marketing.
Yeah, the marketing. Yeah, the marketing was absolutely phenomenal. But besides that, no. You know,
Yeah.
that's about it, right?
I mean, to me, that's a shit movie, right? Like visuals are strong, cinematography, maybe the soundtrack, but that's about it. It's like
30%.
Soundtrack is good.
Transformers visuals are strong too.
Last
You know?
Jedi.
Well, you think Transformers is good?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No.
we agree, right?
No, we
TLJ is a
agree.
shit movie. Yeah,
of course,
Good God.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know,
Waller
like-
got real worried.
I was
No,
scared
but
for a
I'm
second.
saying every movie nowadays has good visuals because you're just like, oh, we'll do this VFX, we'll do that VFX, you know. But
Yeah. And Disney have managed to find a way to make anything over 50 million look like piss now.
Yep.
I don't even know how they pulled
which
it off, but they found a way.
episode 4, I think, was 30 million, or was it 40 million, something like that.
What was
I mean,
George's budget for that?
and it's purely just
20
story.
million?
But also, you know, episode 4 came out when did I say episode 7 or episode 4?
Episode 4?
Episode 4 came out in a time when it was like the most fresh thing that could put. Now you have, you know, space movies coming out of the yin yang, so it's not as special anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mahler, to your point about Tony Gilroy with pushing him towards, look, if he wants to make more Star Wars, I'm excited for Andor season 2. I'm interested to see what they do. I mean, it's more Star Wars. I didn't mind Andor season 1, but to push him towards making more Star Wars versus Filoni, where you say, for lack of better terms, Filoni has produced more L's than Tony Gilroy's one W, in your opinion.
It's a long W, though.
Yeah, it can, a full season W in Mahler's opinion, but like I would compare that to one guy, a new rookie basketball player who has won a championship versus trying to bet on LeBron James.
Like
You know what I
Michael
mean?
Jordan or
LeBron,
something.
or yeah, and I mean, am I saying Filoni is the LeBron James of Star Wars?
No,
No, I don't know basketball, but what I'm saying is a player who has won championships and games and produced a lot, who LeBron James has lost games. However, Tony Gilroy, who has had one long W, does that mean I don't think he's going to have a more promising career than Dave Filoni? No, I hope the best for Tony Gilroy. If Tony Gilroy wants to make Star Wars the best thing since 1977, fuck yeah, I'm all in. But I think it's just hard to put your money. I don't know. For me, I would rather have the LeBron James stuff than the new guy who's just
No
won
way.
once, because at this point, if
Yeah.
I'm
No
a
way.
better, my money's better spent on the guy who has produced more W's as well as the L's, just because he's had the opportunity to, versus the guy who's only had one opportunity and
So if
had
I
a
can
good shot.
offer,
So what do you think about that?
So I liked everything up until Diamond Figs or Will, whatever his name is, until he started talking. And everyone is entitled to their own view, right? But with the analogy that he gave, right? Here's the thing, okay? And Daimyo and Caleb and Pilgrim, they all made fun of us when we said that we liked parts of Ahsoka. But
I don't think Pilgrim really did. I think Pilgrim got what we meant.
Right. No, but
I think
saying,
Daimyo got what he meant. He was just being a troll. That's it.
right. No, but my point is, haven't we given Dave so many chances? We have given him so many chances. And more often than not, he lets us down. He made Clone Wars. Fine. Cool. Great. He made Rebels. Okay. But other than that, what has he done to prove himself?
Nothing.
Besides
He
Bad Batch.
also was a lead executive on Rise of Skywalker.
Right. So, but my point is, Tony Gilroy made the best Star Wars show that we've ever had. And so if we're building the framework, if we're building the framework for the future.
Hold on, real quick. Great Pilgrim, you know for a fact I wasn't. I was not shilling for Ahsoka whatsoever. I had a problem with every single one of those episodes.
I wasn't shilling for the show. There were certain parts that I
was
liked.
Shilling for Ray Stevenson and his acting.
Yeah, like
absolutely. But
I showed for the Hayden episode because I love Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, but that's not the show. That's a scene.
Right. No, but like my whole point here though is that Dave has had chances. And I don't want to keep going with him because he's the experienced one. That's the same issue that we have in every facet.
He's inexperienced.
Well, that's kind of like the whole thing is that's why, and not to get too deep into it, but that's why our country is where our country is, because we have people that have been in, experienced places for years that don't know what they're doing. It's the same with Star Wars. Dave doesn't know what he's doing. He might have been here, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So we need fresh blood who doesn't have the experience but knows what they're doing. I would rather have someone who doesn't have the experience, who doesn't have that baggage, than someone who has that baggage.
Well, I want to touch on Pilgrim's point here. He said worst episode. Keep in mind, we stayed away from spoilers. We didn't know it was going to happen. I mean, I was more into the spoilers than Roman was.
Yeah.
So my point there is that we had hope. And that hope is gone. And like I said, when Ahsoka was over, fuck you, Disney. What did I make the thumbnail look like? God damn it, Disney, was all the thumbnail said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's because you brought me back some hope that you would do something right. And then you ruined not only one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, you ruined another one of my favorite characters in Star Wars in Thrawn. And it was just ultimate bullshit. And I will be the first person to come out here, and you know this, Pilgrim. Everybody else who listens to me know this. I will demolish something if it totally fucks with the lore. And that, to me, is what matters the most, is because no one cares about any of these things, whether it's Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park even, anything, if it's not about sticking to the fucking lore. So the fact that they're doing this, yes, am I allowed to say, damn, I really like that episode? If the next one reciprocated that, and the next two reciprocated that, and that was the end of the season, I would have been a lot more happy. But no, they didn't, and that's what made that episode shit. Because you have this episode bringing Hayden back, and then it becomes shit. Because it doesn't matter. It's member berries. Remember Anakin Skywalker? You remember him? Well, you know what? Just put a chick in it, make her lame and gay.
Rolo did not want to give up, and I have a lot of respect for that. But
no, Great Pilgrim, I don't think I knew you at the time that I reviewed Kenobi.
Yeah, that was when me and him.
I'm not sure if I knew you the way I do now. Like where you and I have actually talked. I don't think we actually talked before I reviewed Kenobi. Because I was reviewing Kenobi when it first came out.
when Kenobi came out, that was when we started the show.
Yeah.
And we were saying then that, like, you had a more optimistic view then, because you said that even though Kenobi was your favorite character, you were just waiting for Ahsoka. You were just waiting for that. That was
No,
your
I wasn't even saying I was
that
waiting for it. I said that's the final straw.
yeah. Yeah.
I always said that's the final straw.
Yeah. But you had hope though, which I have a lot of respect for you saying that you had hope, because there were many
Well,
people who
rebellions are built on hope, aren't they?
yeah, well, they went and they went and they crushed it. Me personally, I lost hope after Mando season 3. That was when I lost it.
But
But
that was after me. I lost hope after Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi. And then Andor gave me more hope that at least, and the only reason I have hope in Andor is because of the fact that Tony Gilroy has full control and the fucking Disney writing group has nothing to do with it.
yeah, but how do we know that Kathleen's not going to do something with it though?
She didn't in season 1. We'll see about
True.
season 2, but she didn't in season 1.
True.
And Andor season 1 was good. And I hate the fact that people say that it's not Star Wars. It's fucking Star Wars. It's just more grounded Star Wars on a different level.
It's like a psychological thriller.
Yes, it's on a completely different. Like, you can have all these different stories in Star Wars without having lightsabers and pew-pews. And I don't care, because people are like, oh, well, they're using bricks and screws. And I'm like, well, it depends on the planet. Like, it depends on the planet you're talking about. Like, if it was brick houses on Coruscant, I'd be like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. But
Yeah.
like, on some random backwater planet, they use that. They don't have anything else.
Dude, the houses on Tatooine are literally built out of sand. What do you want them
That's
to
what I'm
like?
saying.
Like, but no, but like
Exactly.
I'm saying,
all right, exactly. Pilgrim Bix was hot, and that's the only sexual Bond girl type scene that we get in Star Wars. Is when we have Bix literally stripped down and she's like in her undies. She's got a bra on and her panties. Yeah. And she looks damn sexy and she knows it.
I mean, she's still not as hot as Carrie Fisher, or she's not as hot as Natalie Portman,